Welcome back, everybody. Our next episode on Marketing Tips, Tricks, Insights is one that I got from an email from Chris in New Jersey. And Chris asked me to cover and discuss my thoughts on metrics that should be shown to a board of directors for a company. So I appreciate the question, Chris, and let me go through some things. There'll also be a handout that I'll list below the link so you can download that, along with some other things. So the first thing you've got to understand about a board of directors is what they actually do, what their responsibility is. I mean, they're the shareholders' representative. They're there to represent them and discuss and bring value to the company itself. Now, they look at the mission and the vision. They have oversight over kind of everything there within the company. They're looking at big picture stuff, policies, goals, big goals, those types of things, the financials, compliance, those types of things. So you have to kind of understand that that's where they're looking at things. So the key is when you're talking about marketing to a board of directors is you have to weave the story of marketing and the metrics that you provide them into a story that makes sense for what they're concerned and responsible for. And we'll talk a little bit about that. First of all, board of directors does not give a rat's ass about how many social media mentions you get, what your email open response rate is, how many campaigns you ran, number of PR mentions, SEO, events, all the rest of the stuff. They don't care anything about that, okay? What they care about is when it comes to marketing, is typically revenue associated with it, the competitive landscape, costs of how much it's costing to do business out there in the marketplace, comparisons of the marketing department within your organization to the competition, and then the overall marketplace itself. So there's really, that I like to look at it, 6 basic board of directors metrics. Now, again, there can be some differentiation in some of these. This is just 6 that I've always focused in on during my career and have shared upwards. And by the way, these board of director metrics are different than the metrics that you would share with your CEO or executive level staff, okay? I'll be doing a video on what marketing metrics you show your CEO, as well as what a CMO wants to see, and then the metrics that I always like to track of marketers that I've been working with, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but those will come in future videos. Okay, so the first metric is the total addressable market. How much of the marketplace is there? How much do you own of the marketplace itself? How much do the competitors own? Is the total addressable market increasing? Are there options and opportunities for us to go into a completely different addressable market for a particular product or service? So they're going to want to know that, because that's telling them, hey, guess what? What's the growth rate that we can possibly get in the future? Okay, customer revenue. How much revenue are you generating? I mean, it's pretty basic and straightforward. Acquisition costs. How much does it cost to bring a customer in? Are we in norm with what the market is? Has it changed from year over year? Are we working on things that are helping to reduce the acquisition costs? Then also the fourth one is the lifetime value of a customer. Again, lifetime value, very quickly, is basically when a customer comes in, how basically the average amount of time that they stay, what is the average revenue that they bring in during that particular time period. That gives them a great deal of information as to are we starting to see attrition with the customer base itself. It helps them start to take a look at revenue and where revenue may be headed for the company itself, as the company begins to change its goals, go after different addressable markets, etc. Okay, the competition, that's number 5. What are the competitors doing in the marketplace that are different from the company that you're currently working for? And then comparisons. What is our current marketing department doing that compares to another competitor out there. Now, this isn't a time for you to try to fluff this up and say that, oh, we're doing a great job. If you have problems, this is where you want to bring it up. If a competitor has a marketing automation system, right, and you don't have a marketing automation system, guess what? That's a differentiation point that you should bring up. The reason why is guess what? You can say, hey, look, if we had a marketing automation system, we would be able to do X, Y, and Z. Okay? So it's an opportunity for you to discuss the challenges that you're facing and how technology or additional funding or different strategies might help in getting you more competitive in the marketplace. Also, in this handout, I've included those 6 marketing metrics that I have that I've mentioned here. What the metric actually is, the calculation to get it, and why the board of directors cares about it. So that's included in the link below. You can download that, as I mentioned. Look, expect questions from your board of directors. If you're not getting questions from your board of directors as to the marketing department when you present, you're probably not presenting the right stuff, or you're not presenting it in the right way. So, they should be asking questions about lifetime value. What are you doing to decrease the acquisition costs? Why have our acquisition costs gone up? Are there any other total addressable markets that we should go into? So make sure that you've thought through all of those things and that you have some explanation for it. Finally, final tip that I have. It's not enough just to sit there and present the metrics and to throw them up on a screen. You have to tell a story. You have to talk about how marketing is impacting all these different areas, and we do it by doing this, this, and this, okay? So that they understand that it's not just that you're focused in on a particular type of a tactic itself, but more along the lines that we're looking at the overall marketing for the entire company itself and how that plays in order to be able to provide the type of metrics that you're presenting to them. So make sure that you have a really good story associated with it when you go up there. Again, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on LinkedIn, Twitter. My email address is below if you want to ask questions. Feel free to leave comments, topics that you may want me to cover in the future. The download, there'll be a link to the download itself where you can pick up that information. And again, subscribe to the YouTube video itself so that you can get constant updates. And of course, this will always be posted on LinkedIn as well. Again, I appreciate your time, everybody. Have a great day.